After my first video, I promised to make a follow-up on which teams still have the chance to get to the World Championship, as well as what it will take to do so. If you haven't seen that video, I suggest you go look at it, since it explains a lot of how the other regions are set up with their point systems. This video will also contain European and North American leagues. Don't worry, I will warn you for spoilers in case you haven't seen the matches and still want to. But first, let's look closer at the World Championship and how it's laid out. First off, there will be 14 teams participating this year. 4 of these will move straight to the quarterfinals, skipping the group stage. These teams are the first seed teams from Korea, Taiwan, North America and China. The rest of the teams will be split up in 2 groups of 5, where they will play each other in a round-robin style group, each team playing each other once. The first and second place from the groups will move on to the quarterfinals, which will be played in a best-of-3 format, while the semifinals as well as the grand final being best-of-5s. Now let's look closer at the regions once again. Wildcard. The wildcard spot was decided a few days ago, and it went to Gaming Gear EU from Lithuania for beating Pain Gaming from Brazil in the finals. Even though I'm sad that there will be no representative from South America, I'm curious to see how they can perform against the bigger teams. China. In the last video I mainly talked about 3 Chinese teams having the biggest chance of getting to regionals, with OMG and IG, who got qualified for getting first and second place in the spring split. Those teams were Royal, Team WE and Positive Energy. Now after week 6 it's still very close between them, with Royal and Team WE sitting at 11-7 and Positive Energy at 10-8. With 1 week left, it's up to Royal to step up as they play both Team WE and Positive Energy, with their third match being against IG. Young Glory can still come up and go through, but they will have to beat both OMG and Team WE, as well as 2 of the other teams slumping real hard in the last week. Europe. The 3 teams that will be sent from Europe got decided this weekend. Fnatic had to play EG in the semifinals to secure a spot into Worlds, where last year EG had denied Fnatic their chance to go. In the other, there was Gambit Gaming taking on the summer split first seed Lemondogs. Both semifinals resulted in a 2-0 to Lemondogs and Fnatic securing their spots to Worlds. That means that Gambit and EG had to battle it out in the end. This time EG got denied of their spot as Gambit took them down in a 2-1 best-of-3. Fnatic then took down Lemondogs in 3-1 in the finals, giving Fnatic the first place seed from Europe. North America. There is still a week left until the North American regionals. Since Cloud9 and Vulcan got first and second place in the league, they got a spot into the semifinals, with the quarterfinals being between Curse and Dignitas and TSM and CLG in the other. This means that only one of TSM and CLG can go to Worlds, and as with the CJ Entus team, there might not even be any of them. Korea. A few things have been decided in Korea after the NLB finals and the OGN semifinals. After Najin Black Sword managed to win the NLB final with 3-1, that gave them 100 points, putting them at 600, securing their spot into the World Championship. They won OGN Winter, and since then they've won 2 consecutive NLB finals. Now we'll look closer at the other teams that has a chance to proceed to Worlds. Since MVP Ozone lost their semi-final against SK Telecom T1 in OGN, things got interesting. If MVP Ozone loses the 3rd place match against CJ Entus Frost, then whoever wins OGN, whether it's KT Rolster Bullets or SK Telecom T1, will secure their spot to Worlds. For MVP Ozone to secure it, they both need to win their 3rd place match, as well as SK Telecom T1 has to win the OGN final. If KT Rolster Bullets win the final, I assume they will have to play Najin Black Sword for a tiebreaker of who gets the first seed, since they will both end up at 600 points. No matter what happens, CJ Entus Blaze will finish 6th, and to get to Worlds they have to win 3 best-of-5 matches in a row, one of them being against their sister team CJ Entus Frost. World Championship. So 6 spots are now decided for the World Championship. The wildcard team Gaming Gear EU, Team Mineski from Southeast Asia, Najin Black Sword from Korea, as well as the 3 European teams Fnatic, Lemon Dogs and Gambit. Taiwan still has to play their final, so no news on that situation. Thank you guys for watching. I will try to make more of these, and I will see you guys in the Rift.